Keep in mind they're changing my voice. I'm going to put what's written on the screen in the comments. This video was not made to, insult the military or police or anyone in particular. These are just the facts here. I grew up in America. I've only been out of the country like one time, and it was to Canada briefly when I was a lot younger, and I hardly remember it. I haven't even been to Mexico, okay? And, I grew up wishing that people treated me fairly. I grew up well aware of the history books and so on. When people said to me when I was younger that they thought that white people were quote-unquote crazy, I said, I don't agree with that. And it has to do with semantics and so on and so forth. I was well aware that there's lots of people, especially white people, who don't want me to date their daughter for petty reasons. I knew that there was racism in history. I knew America was basically a racist country. I had no doubt in my mind about that my whole life. But, I never kind of hated people because of their race. Okay. But by their actions, people were treating me extremely unfairly because of my race. And they probably disliked me more because I'm part white, and they don't like the thought of a black man marrying a white woman and having 3 kids and so on and so forth. So it thoroughly disgusts me to see a country that everyone has always known needed to change every one of its cultures, but my culture, which is universal pinpointed moral precision, that only I have. Everyone has known that. They knew that rockers were wrong, the teachers were wrong, jocks, goths, populars, all the groups they've seen, they knew they were wrong. They knew they didn't try hard to love God. They didn't try hard to love morality, to be moral. They knew everyone they came across, the people in church, the political activists, they knew that they just uphold social norms and they weren't actually trying to be moral, unless they were retarded or something. So I urge you to look at this and see what I've done here, point by point. If you disagree with something, put the point that you disagree with and say why you disagree, and try to make point by point points so we can save time and zoom in on the exact places where we disagree with each other and get to the bottom of it. They do not want to do this in regards to gangstalking, me being the idea Christ is superimposed on, me being the top martial artist, my top martial arts challenge. Okay, they do not want to go point by point because I'm right. So they're not just persecuting me for my race and political views and, because they like to abuse their power and they're sadistic. They're persecuting me because I'm far more wise and intelligent than they are, and that they cannot debate me. They can't beat me at sparring, literally, outdoors or indoors for that matter, and they can't beat me at debating even after all these years of cognitive impairment, fuming and poisoning, them making loud noises right after they fume me to cause a sharp brain pain, and they time it with a military accuracy. Okay? Look at it point by point. And think about the deeper implications of these points. And when America fails to compensate me, when they never leave me alone, when attractive women shun me to the very end, okay? When I remain unmarried to my death, ask yourselves, who won? Petty people who think that people should fear the struggle of going to the gym? They should fear the struggle of jogging. They should fear the struggle of life when life is a struggle. They should fear taking losses for what's right. Or he who lived for the principle of universal pinpointed moral precision, who far, 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 far showed them up. God Almighty sees me as superior. I promise to God that is the case.